what's this racket of 10 years worth of imaginary chart I mean of charges for imaginary crimes. uh I mean, there was no way all those supposed crimes just materialize themselves. What's this racket? You know, uh, after how long? After how many weeks of being in jail? Did I lose everything? Medi-Cal, Social Security, um, tenancy, uh, and then on top of that, you sent my kids off and along with, yeah, with who you've appointed to as responsible. If you appointed that to be responsible without any fucking wherewithal on anything, uh, you can't do that. You can't appoint someone to be. You have to know that they are. And from the looks of things, I mean, how many of you don't speak English? It doesn't look like any of you speak English. Uh, you know, one thing can always go for being said on the out outside outside living environment and space of the outside living environment and space of a disabled person who can't handle things the way they used to, and then the the interior living environment of an able person. So looking inside and outside, you expect me to be responsible for the whole thing? And so let's make sure this dude is all fucked off because 10 years ago he was arrested for domestic violence, but they didn't have enough evidence to convict him. So now that we got him, and what we see goes without saying, that we can use what we're seeing as uh uh what's that word? It looks like it could have been domestic violence, or it looks like it is. So, I mean, what's that called? Uh, 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 yeah, just if it can wear the coat, make it, right? No, 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 no. Domestic violence is not my thing. Domestic abuse is not even my thing. Um, did you guys? Did you guys? You know, have someone paint a picture for you that was not true or something, like years ago or something, and then all the way up to this day, it's like, I've had cops, like, that I've called for emergency services. I've had, cops uh, take the approach that I'm bullshit right off the bat, and I'm just like, wow, this is kind of weird. Why would I be bullshit if I'm calling you? Like, I I rarely ever call the police, and like, I'm not I'm not a cop caller. I'm not gonna just fucking call the cops for every little fucking thing, um, because I reserve my rights and abilities to handle shit myself. Myself, and you know, for people who don't know how to handle their shit, they call the cops, or people who don't even know what to do, they call the cops. People who just are in flight of control, they call the cops. The whole thing is that when your all's deputy failed to respond to the nature of my call, I was already having difficulty trying to explain it, like why I had this video recorded. And it's like, because I had to record a video of what she's doing. And that be just not even enough for him to say, okay, let me see the video, because we may need to have a talk about it. Per whatever, maybe I recorded a confidential conversation. Get that. Doing that is illegal without the other's consent. I know that. Um, well, I've read about it and stuff, but I was not recording anything our kids weren't there for. And I feel played by that woman on every fucking aspect of togetherness. I feel played. She's so deceitful. She began with, hey, I'm gonna have this guy believe that I have postpartum depression. And it morphed and changed faces. And at some point, I was like, wait a minute. This started somewhere. Where the fuck did this start? And I had to think about it. I actually had to fucking think about it, because it had changed so much. And I was just like, oh yeah, postpartum depression, supposedly. Um, no. No. It started at that bitch. Get it? There may have been icky feelings here and there, but that bitch began way before that supposed postpartum depression. That bitch began way earlier in life to do that shit. That fucking bitch. You hear me? She wants to spend her timeshare of life that she wants to invest her time in blowing her timeshare. That's one thing. She can go do that on her own. Any person who does that shit to anyone else, any person who does that shit to anyone else and sucks the life out of another, has devoted their life to an act of thievery, I can't fucking stand you authorities having jurisdiction. Okay? Let's get something straight. I couldn't have ever been successful in life if I was a dick. Who would want to work for me? If I was a dick at work, all my apprentices and helpers and pipe fitters, it would just... No. It's counterproductive. It's fucking stupid. If you love yourself, first off, you're not even gonna do that shit, because when you create bitter resentment in others, then your life starts to suck and shit like that. And it's just like, hold on a second. Did you cops think that I'm a fucking fag? Did you think I was out practicing 10 years ago or something? What happened 10 years ago? Huh? What was all that? I was... Oh my god. I was, I was chairing... I was so... I'll tell you what was up. I was so fucked up and fucked off in life that I barged. I couldn't find help. Mr. Obama was like, we're making mental health a top priority in this country, and then I'm like, there's something fucking wrong with me. I'm freaking the fuck out, and I'm running around looking for help, and there's none. There's none made available to anyone who needs it and who is hunting it down. There's nothing. You people are jack shit. You provide jack squattery in this fucking lottery. Because you are jack squattery in this fucking lottery, dude. President Obama, whatever, man. I don't want to hear that kind of shit come out of the mouth of any other man again. To making a top priority. It's like, okay, well, how? Oh, you mean by forcing everyone who's 5150 to receive medication or some shit? Is that what you're doing? Fuck you, bitch. I've never cared for politics. And the last semester of my senior year of high school, I graduated with a 3.4. On the progress report, just before that, at 3.7. I had never gotten over a 2.0 throughout my high school career. Ever. One year I had all D's and all F's. straight down the middle, 50% D's and 50% F's. But that senior year, I cut more school. I figured out how to do it. I cut more classes than than then I could even get signatures. You see, they gave me a stack of cut slips like this tall one day. I was like, wow. I was like, okay, Mr. Vice Principal, I'll get them all signed by my teachers and bring them back. And there was a garbage can directly outside the office, out in the hallway. On my way past that garbage can, I just dropped them all in there. All those cut slips were gone. And I graduated with a 3.4. And as my own personal statement, my own personal show of achievement, I made sure to get a D in the government class that was required of me to graduate from high school. I mean, you made government a requirement to graduate from high school? Okay. Fucking hate government. I just don't like it. And time again, all y'all politicians don't even sound like you're telling the truth to it's just like oh wow, that was a lot of interesting audible filler. You know, wonderful dialogue. For what? Just to tell people what they want to hear rather than show them what they need to hear? I don't know, but y'all got jack squattery in this lottery, and that's all it is. Life in this country is a gamble. It's a gamble at the carnival of horrors. Somewhere along the line, uh, your ringleader lost the circus, and everything went carnival of horrors. I mean, here, you know, understand this. Our parents call it life. You have to make money to pay rent. On a planet where everything was already provided free of charge for you to manipulate me, for a man to establish a way of doing things that's obviously fucking corrupt. You mean I have to? I mean, there's. I don't want to do nothing. I do not want to do nothing. But I don't want to place everything in my life um, in someone else's hands for them to uh, impose their own terms and conditions on it. I mean, this whole real estate thing, you can never own the land. The only thing that you can truly forever own are your actions. You won't be leaving this planet with anything but you won't be leaving here with anything but what you're allowed to go with. I mean, your body is returned to God, and that's the one cool thing about God. God will guide you down God will guide you down any path in life. Period. No matter what you think. Because the good rule of thumb to like understand God by and know him as or know him through is God will guide you down any path. Because in the end, he's getting his bones back. God is very prehistoric. I mean, he is the original Neanderthal. The first ever Neanderthal. And that Neanderthal holds true to this day. The simple meaning of expression to say that he will guide you down a path to let you live anyway. Because in the end, he's just getting his bones back. And so then it's like, okay. Because in the end, he's just getting his bones back. And then, you know, you've heard some Christians are going to kick themselves, are going to hit themselves in the head for this. You've heard people say God is everything. I'm not going to bullshit you. God is just that. See, the Holy Trinity is also relative to the faucets of our existence that make life possible. And what is the Trinity of existence? Are you gonna like it? Or are you gonna hate me? Mass, light, and space. Mass, light, and space. And then they say God is the rock of your salvation. our Neanderthalic and very motherly, masculine God is mass. And he exists within this mass. But God is not complete without understanding the Trinity. See? So when you say, well, who is God and where is he? God is everything. And he is all around in and within you and me and everything we see. That's how God is in you, because he has an actual physical presence in all of this. Your body's just on loan. So when you take what you see that has happened in my life as oh, the worst has happened, this man must be abusive, fucking dickhead ass faggot. He, you know, I don't see how he could have ever loved himself. Well, were you guys there when I barged the doors of Alcoholics Anonymous with fucking... I didn't know anyone there. And these tears were just streaming down my face. And when I finished speaking, the chairman of that meeting looked at me and said, "You have a chance. You, not many people actually have a real chance, man. You have a chance. You're not absent-mindedly fucking just like crying over, I wasn't absent-mindedly crying over petty shit, that's for sure. And so then, you cops, there's a lot more going on in every decision I make than you think of, or than you could know about. And that is, hey, what I do with you guys, what I do with my wife, what I do with my kids, what I do with every other living being is also what I do with God. Sometimes I have to say, all right, God, stand aside, please. Hey, all you motherfuckers, you're a little bunch of bitch ass fucking faggots. Hey, I'm not talking about sexually orientated stuff. I'm talking about, yeah, because see, even a gay man knows what a fucking faggot is. So, hey, rather than, uh, rather than, ignore the nature of the calls you receive for help, I'm seriously telling you guys, at least look into them, because sometimes you may need to give someone a little education if they're recording confidential conversations without the others consent, which was not going on in my home. This woman was doing this on a daily basis, all day long, and I was just blown the fuck away. Didn't know what to say. I was patient for so long. And then, in all that being patient and doing the right thing, she began to turn things around and me out as being wrong. And I've never even seen someone dedicate so much time and energy to bullshit. I didn't even know people do that. Who does that? You walked away with a little piece of my heart that day, Mr. Deputy. Actually, you didn't walk away with any part of it at all, because as the day began to sink. And yeah. Yeah. Right on, you guys. You ever see so many people jump off a cliff together? I mean, from those who call themselves soldiers of Christ to those who have to publicly announce that they are